Alright, just go ahead and relax for a moment. I sent the link to the other plugin to you already, but before you install that, I wanted to show you something, an upgraded plugin that you can use with Joomla and turn your Joomla site into an actual paid membership site where Infusionsoft is going to manage all the billing. Now, the reason I say to wait is because you can't have both plugins installed at the same time, but this second plugin does what that other one does, plus a whole lot more. So let me show you real quick how easy it is to install. It actually uses another tool called Community Builder that you're going to want to go get. So the first thing that you do is go to joomlapolis.com, and this is a free component. It's probably the most popular Joomla component there is. You will need to log in, I believe. If you don't have an account, you can get one just by clicking register. It is free. Let me see if I remember mine. But yeah, basically register or just log in. Click download right here. Agree to the terms. And I'm going to save this onto my desktop. So again, the first step we're going to do is we're going to install Community Builder. And Community Builder, by the way, is actually the same component that Infusionsoft's community is built on. So their site is a Joomla 1.5 site, at least the community one is. And this community site is on Community Builder. So they've got their blog, they've got their forums, they've got all this profile stuff going on. And a lot of those are additions to Community Builder. It was so popular they actually started making add-ons to it. Now I've downloaded that to my desktop, and the download file you get, you'll notice in the name it says unzip first. So the first thing you want to do is extract that or unzip it. Once you've unzipped it within the Community Builder file, you'll see that there's several different things. One of them, comprofiler, is the actual component you want to install, whereas mod CB login is the little login module, and there's a couple other mods going on. But I'm going to install first the comprofiler. So within Joomla, I go to Extensions, Install, Uninstall. I'm going to browse and I'm going to select in this folder the comprofiler. I'll upload that, and it should just take a second to install Community Builder on my Joomla site. Now this is a fresh Joomla install, so we haven't really done anything to this yet. Just give it one moment to finish installing itself. While that's waiting, I'm going to come to my Infusionsoft and I'm going to set up a couple things. I'm going to set up a tag. So you would probably add a tag called Joomla registration or whatever your site is. I'm just going to call mine the Joomla test tag. And I'm going to add a follow-up sequence. And I'm going to call this the Joomla test sequence. So you'll have a tag, you'll have a sequence. Okay, Community Builder's done. And once that's done, you can install our component, which you can get at the bottom of this page. If you go to Community Builder and you go to Plugin Management, what we're doing here, come down here to Install New Plugin. And I'm going to dig for it real fast again, but this is what you can get, like I said, at the bottom of the page. Go to Joomla, go to Community Builder, CB Plugin, Upload. Okay, and essentially what this is doing is it's letting your Community Builder user database sync with Infusionsoft, and you can turn off the person's access from within Infusionsoft, meaning any action sequence, if their card doesn't go through, so basically if they haven't paid you, you can shut off their access to your members only content, and it effectively turns Joomla into a membership site. So let me close out a couple things. Should be about ready here. Okay, so the plugin was successfully uploaded. Now when I come down here, it's called this Infusion Alliance Community Builder plugin. I'm going to publish that, and then over here there's some settings. The first thing is your application name. Just like in the first video, you just select that. Your campaign ID. Campaign is what the API calls follow-up sequences. So this Joomla test sequence that I just created happens to be ID number 203. So I'll plug that in here. The CRM key, again, you just go to Setup, Miscellaneous, and then under the application settings right here, It's a second tab over, miscellaneous, and there's my key. So we put the key into that field. The field that validates users, this is referring to any field in the CRM. You could make it anything. In my case, I made Community Builder Status as a custom field. So if you go to your, under miscellaneous settings still, if you go to your custom fields, and you were to create a custom field just called Community Builder Status, and you could call this anything. So it could be my membership site status or whatever. The important thing to remember about these is if this is the name of my field, for the purpose of the plugin and any other API calls, it's actually going to change it. It's going to remove any spaces, keeping, the capitals don't change, and it's going to put an underscore right in front of that. So this would effectively be the name that I need to use. And you can see within the plugin settings, if you hover over here on the information, it tells you that custom fields start with an underscore. Anyhow, so mine is Community Builder Status. Username, this is referring to Infusion's username, but you could change that if you needed to. The email will be mapped to email. This is just a custom message. This is open HTML, so you could put whatever you want in here, but basically, if the person goes to log in and they don't have access, this is the message that will be displayed. So generally you'd say, call us at 800-800-8000 or whatever your phone number is, or visit our shopping cart at, and then put in your link. And this little link syntax is included, so you don't need to really worry about what that is, but for the test I'll go ahead and put something in. And I'll just put Fusion Alliance for the point of this demo. Okay, so if we continue down, you can see that this is where you can map any other field. So the nice thing about Community Builder as opposed to the regular Joomla user component is that Community Builder lets you pick more fields, and you can create your own fields as well. So for example, I'm going to say first name is one that I'm going to use, last name, I've already got username and email, and let's add phone number. So phone number is not here yet, we'll go create it. But right here, these are the fields from Infusionsoft, and you need to match these exactly. So it's capitalized and there's no space. The easiest way to know what these fields are is to just go to any web form that you've created, and if you look at the code on a web form, and this way you can add any field you want to the web form and then just say give me the code. Just bear with me one sec while this pulls up. But anyways, if you look at the code, you'll see that the field name is always contact 0 first name, contact 0 email, and then this one is a custom field, contact 0 underscore contact us. So this is, again, this is how you'd call a custom field, underscore and then the field name. But for the generic fields, you do the same thing. You just leave off the contact 0. So we got first name, we've already got email in there, we've already got username in there, and first name, last name, and we're going to do a phone number here, but we have to create that field first. So anyways, we've clicked yes on publish, we've entered in all the values here, and we'll save this plugin setting. So now this website right here is integrated to Community Builder and Infusionsoft. So there's a couple more settings we'll want to do. First, let's go ahead and add this field for phone number. If you go to Field Management, you can see these are all the fields, and it determines whether or not it's required, whether or not it's on the profile, the registration page, if it's searchable, lots of different things. But I'm just going to make a new field. I'll leave it as a text field, leave it on the Contact Info tab, and let's call this phone number. So all that message was saying is that it had converted my field to a Community Builder format. Okay, there's my phone number. Is it required? We'll say yes. Should it be shown on the profile? No. And what this means is if you allow other users to view each other's profile, what information do you want public? No. Can the user read only? We're going to say no, and read only means you can't change it, so if we say no, that means they will be able to change it. Show at registration, yes. Published, yes. Max length, we'll just say 20, should be good enough, and save that. So now that this field was saved, if we go back to our plugin management